Yes. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. This is the DevOps mock interview day 96. We already completed 95 mock interviews. If you are watching this video for the first time, you can check all the mock interviews in our YouTube channel. Go to playlist section. There you can find multiple playlists. There you can find out all mock interviews. And please like this video so that I will get motivation, right, to conduct more mock interviews. And one more thing, that is next in few days we are going to start a new batch. So if you are watching this on YouTube, if you are looking for a DevOps training, or if you any of your friends are looking for a DevOps training, okay, you can recommend and you can share this video as well, or you can share the mobile number whichever displaying. Okay, new batch will going to start from 17th March. Okay, and yeah, Arun, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. It's great to be here. My name is Arun. I have over 5 years of experience as a DevOps engineer, and my core expertise lies in building robust CI/CD pipelines using tools like Jenkins and Git. Along with, I have extensive experience in containerization and orchestration with Docker and Kubernetes. Additionally, I utilize Terraform for infrastructure as a code and Ansible for configuration management. I'm also skilled in monitoring and observability with the Prometheus and Grafana, which help ensuring the system reliability and performance. Over these years, I have also gained experience in range of AWS services from compute storage, databases, networking, and security as well. That's the snapshot of my experience. I'm really excited about the opportunity to bring my expertise to your team and drive continuous improvement in development and operations. Thank you once again.
Super, Arun. Everything is perfect. Please continue the same flow, and definitely it will help you a lot.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, I will also try to introduce myself. If you have any feedback, please let me know. Hello, and thank you for having me today. I have over 6 years of experience in the IT industry with a strong foundation in Linux administration, cloud engineering, and DevOps practices. I began my career as a Linux administrator, where I developed a solid understanding of system management and automation. About a year into my career, I transitioned into cloud engineering, gained hands-on experience with various cloud platforms and services. For the past 4 years, I have specialized in DevOps, focusing on tools and practices that enhance development and operational tasks. So, my expertise includes version control with Git, continuous integration and delivery with Jenkins, containerization with Docker, and orchestration with Kubernetes. Additionally, I have extensive experience with infrastructure as a code using Terraform and configuration management using Ansible. On the cloud, I am proficient in AWS services, including EC2, S3, VPC, and IAM, which has allowed me to design and manage scalable, secure cloud architectures effectively. So, my background equips me with a well rounded skill set in both development and operations, enabling me to streamline process and drive efficiency across the entire lifecycle of application. I am excited to bring the experience to your team and contribute to the success of your projects. Thank you so much for having me today. I am done. So, Chetan, if you want to introduce yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Don't reveal your genuine information.
Oh, sure, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Kumar. I'm based out of Bangalore. I hold a bachelor degree in computer application, and I have overall 11 years of work experience in IT industry with 6.2 years specifically focused on DevOps. In my previous DevOps journey, I have worked with a variety of tools and technologies, including like Docker's, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Terraform, AWS, such as EC2, S3, and IAM, and CI/CD practices also. Along with it, I have also utilized monitoring and logging solutions like Prometheus, Grafana, and ELK Stack to enhance system reliability and performance. Um, about my roles and responsibility, I have I was responsible for managing and improving cloud infrastructure, primarily using AWS, and automating tasks to ensure systems were scalable, secure, and efficient. I use tools like Terraform for automating resources provisioning and Jenkins for building CI/CD pipelines, making the deployment process smoother and faster. I worked extensively with Docker and Kubernetes to containerize and orchestrate applications, ensure they run consistently across environment and scaled as needed. Additionally, I set up monitoring and logging system with Prometheus and Grafana, and the ELK stack to track performance, troubleshooting issues, and optimize system proactively. I also collaborate closely with development and operations teams to ensure seamless communication and tackle issues quickly and maintain a focus on security, automations, and performance optimization in all process. That's it pretty much about myself. And once again, thank you for this opportunity.
So Chetan, super. From the starting to the ending, you have performed well. There is no lag from the starting. Whatever the right energy you have maintained until end, you have continued the same.
Okay,
But I
sir.
think it was little bit longer. It's okay. I will not tell that right, it was too much long. But yeah, you
Okay, sir.
can maintain it sweet and short.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
Next time I will try to cut short on few things and make it more crisp and clear. Let me try to just cut it down few of the points
Oh,
and make it very crisp. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, hi Lakshman. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to test yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Lakshman, are you there? If you are speaking, you are on mute. If anyone watching this video on YouTube, please like this video.
Sorry, Pawan. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, hello everyone.
Yeah, Lakshman, you can
So,
introduce yourself.
hello Pawan. I'm Lakshman Rao. So I'm excited to here today, and I have 5.5 year experience in as IT industries, with the last 4 year experience in Azure DevOps engineering. So during this time, I have gained significant experience in building and maintaining a robust cloud infrastructure on Azure. My core skill including designing and implementing CI/CD pipeline using Azure DevOps and containerizing using the Docker and orchestration tool with the Kubernetes. And I'm also well versed in the infrastructure automation using the Terraform. And for the monitoring and observability, I have worked on extensively with the Grafana, Prometheus, Loki, and Azure monitoring. So enabling me to ensure system reliability and performance. And I'm passionate about the streamlined development and workflow and improving infrastructure efficiency. And so I'm looking forward for learning more about this opportunity. So
Okay, did you prepare the introduction or
I'm doing preparing.
okay, today you have an interview. If you don't prepare, it will not help. Let me try to write introduce myself, the same script which I provided to you. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, I am Lakshman Rao. I am excited to be here today. I have 5.5 years of experience. From the last 4 years, I'm totally dedicated to DevOps engineer. So during this time, I have gained significant experience in building and maintaining robust cloud infrastructure, particularly on the Azure cloud. My core skills include designing and implementation of CI/CD pipeline using Azure DevOps, containerizing application using Docker, and orchestrating them with Kubernetes. I am also well versed in infrastructure automation using Terraform. For monitoring and observability, I worked on different tools like Grafana, Prometheus, Loki, and Azure Monitor as well. So I'm passionate about development workflows and improving infrastructure efficiency as well. and I'm looking forward to learning more about the opportunity. I'm very much excited to join your team if I get an opportunity. Thank you so much. I'm done. So now tell me, like, how was my introduction? Is it interesting, or I'm just reading something?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. No issues. I will update this right video. Then just check it out. You will get to know how to give gaps whenever there is a full stop. You need to give some gap.
Okay.
Then after continue. Well, it's okay. Yeah. In the beginning, right? Anyone will stuck. Even me as well will stuck. It's okay. So slowly you will learn. You practice it. Automatically you will perform in next level. Okay. Today major
Yeah, sure.
focus will be on Lakshman itself. Arun and Chetan, you just monitor. Okay. Today major
Sure,
focus
sir.
will be on the Azure DevOps. So questions
Azure
totally arise from
DevOps.
Azure
Okay.
DevOps. So it will be help you. Okay. I will share my screen. So Lakshman, you are ready, right? Can you able to see my screen, Lakshman?
Yes,
Yes, sir,
Pawan.
everyone.
Okay. So the first question will be, your team wants to automate the build, test, and deployment process using Azure DevOps. So, how would you design a CI/CD pipeline for a .NET or a Node.js application? Not using Jenkins, but using Azure DevOps. Lakshman?
Yeah, sure. So, firstly, once a developer develop the code and pull the code in the repository, after that we will create the CI/CD pipeline. And in the CI pipeline, first of all, we will create to the virtual machines for the self-hosted agent. And in the virtual machines, we will install the all prerequisite for build the code. Like suppose our code write on the node.js, so we will install the all dependency about the node.js, like we will install the npm dependency and in the virtual machines. And after that we will configure the sonar queue for the code quality test. And then we will build the code through the docker containerization tool. So before the build the code, we will write to the docker file, and then we will create to the docker images, and then we will push in the ACR Azure Container Registry. So that is a docker, that is the integration part. And after that we will develop the code through the AKS,
I
and
know the
there we will
process. I'm not expecting the process. I just want how you will implement via Azure DevOps. Using Azure DevOps pipeline, how you are going to achieve it.
through the Azure DevOps we will write to the YAML pipeline.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is what I'm expecting. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So we will write to the YAML pipeline. In the YAML pipeline, we will configure to the self-hosted agent first of all, and in the self-hosted agent, we will install the all prerequisite. Okay. So then through the YAML pipeline, we will integrate the Sonar queue for the code quality test, and through the service connection, and add to the script in the YAML pipeline. And after that, we will write. Right to add to the docker container tool. And there we will build the code of the docker container file. And after that we will push the code of the docker file, docker images. And then that is a CI part, all script right in the YAML pipeline. And then we will create to the release manager, and there we will pull the docker images from the ACR. And then we will approve the docker images. And after that we will configure to the one of the dev environment. And the dev environment we will configure to yeah sorry, we will configure, first of all we will configure to the pre pre-approved slot. And So for deploy the application, we will use to the AKS Azure Kubernetes services, and there we will add to the all things about the deployment like dependencies and kubelet and kubectl, all things in the when we will deploy the applications. So this way we will.
Okay, okay. In the previous project where I worked in Azure DevOps itself. So yeah, there
Yeah.
also we are using AKS itself. We have multiple testing, right, development and production environment.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the reason I have experience in Azure DevOps as well. So as I worked in previous project, right, I know some scenario-based interview questions where when I attended interviews, they have raised these questions. By luckily, right, when I searched my local system, I find some questions.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've created a separate repo. Okay, if you see Azure DevOps repo, I will do one thing. I will maintain Azure DevOps separately so that it will be an handy to you, right? Whenever you want to prepare for Azure DevOps, go through this repo and prepare it. I've already updated. I will give you the access. No need to worry. Okay,
Yes, sure, Pawan.
along with answers, along with scripts as
Okay.
well, pipeline script as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Next question will be you need to create a multi-stage pipeline in Azure DevOps to deploy an application across dev, QA and production environments. So how would you ensure approvals before deploying to production? So repeating again, you need to create a multi-stage pipeline. In Jenkins also we have a multi-stage pipeline, but not in Jenkins. I'm expecting in Azure DevOps to deploy an application across different environments like dev, QA and production. So how would you ensure approvals before deploying to production? Got it?
Yes. So
Simple question, how
basically,
you will implement multi-stage pipeline?
yes, sure. So when we will build and deploy the application, so there we will write to the YAML pipeline, and on the YAML pipeline we will add to the multi stages like build, deploy, and depend on the requirement. Okay, so for the dev environment, we will create to the separate CI/CD pipeline, and for the QA environment, we will do the separate. And before the production environment, we will take the approval through the email. We will configure them.
Okay, super. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Shall we go to next question? Okay. Your build times are increasing due to long queue of Microsoft hosted agents. You know, right? Hosted agents. So,
Yes.
what are the benefits of self-hosted agents and how would you set them up? So, there is a self-hosted agent as well and Microsoft controlled agent as well.
Microsoft isn't it will be handled by all things about the server through the Microsoft in Microsoft self-hosted agent, and sorry, Microsoft agent, and in the self-hosted agent we will taken care by the self, like we will need to install the all dependency and prerequisite and all tool about the applications. So that is different between, and we can design we can easily design in the self-hosted agent we can design by self, I mean.
Okay, I have one question. I want to add AWS instance as a self-hosted agent. Is it possible?
Yes,
How?
through first of all we will connect through the SSH key.
How you will configure the self-hosted agent? Because this one definitely they will ask.
Yeah, that
What are the steps you will
yeah,
follow? How
understand.
where you will go the options? You have already done Azure DevOps project, right? So if you want to
Yes.
add a self-hosted agent, what are the steps you will follow? How you will configure it?
So there, first of all, we will create to the instance. Okay.
So instance is already ready. So I just want the
Ne-
steps to add.
After create the instance, we will add to the Azure DevOps through the AWS through the SSH key. We will integrate.
Okay, how you will integrate? I want that steps.
We will create to the SSH key in the Azure DevOps portal, and then we will. I'm not sure, Pawan. Actually, I'm slightly confused.
Okay. So your organization wants to move from classic pipeline to AML based pipeline. You know right difference between classic and AML.
Yes.
So what are the advantages and how would you migrate an existing pipeline?
In a classic pipeline, we will add to the all the tools and services in the classic pipeline, and so in Azure DevOps, there give one of the option to convert in the YAML pipeline of the classic pipeline.
Okay. It's okay. This is the first time you are participating. I can understand. You right whenever so if someone asks right, you need to explain the steps what you will do. If I said you right, how you will convert it, and I've asked you the advantages. So you need to explain. Okay, if there is a classic pipeline, so how you will going to migrate it, and what are the steps you will do in Azure DevOps.
Okay.
So that thing you need to explain because that is what expecting, right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
So you need to store API keys and credentials securely in Azure DevOps pipeline. So how would you handle this? API keys and credentials securely in Azure DevOps pipeline. In Jenkins also we can maintain securely. Here I'm asking in Azure DevOps pipelines. So how would you handle
We
this?
can Yes, we can securely store API key and credential through the variable group and in the encrypted form. So there we in the library we will create to the variable group, and in the variable group we will add to the APIs keys and credential, and put the value of API keys and credential in the encryption form, and then we will add to the variables in the YAML pipeline.
Okay. So how would you integrate Terraform with Azure DevOps for automated infrastructure provisioning?
Uh, Terraform will be integrated with the Azure DevOps CI/CD pipeline. So suppose we need to create one of the infrastructure through the Terraform and automate the infrastructure. So we will write to the YAML pipeline. There we will install that. So in the YAML pipeline, we will add to the Terraform init command and Terraform plan command and Terraform validate. Sorry, init command and Terraform validate command and plan command, and then apply command. We will add. We will write the script about them, and so this way we can automate.
Okay, you are explaining the Terraform commands, okay, but how you will implement it? Integration I want, right?
Yeah, we will integrate through the service connection actually.
Okay, how do you integrate SonarCube into Azure DevOps? Okay, you are not able to tell for Terraform, but if you want to integrate SonarCube, how you will do that? Chetan, do you know how to integrate
Sonar Cube
SonarCube to
integrate through
Jenkins?
the yeah.
Yes, sir. Jenkins, we need to add the plugins going to
Plugins.
the manage plugins. So first we install the plugins, then we need to add the build step uh, in the scripting pipeline. Then we can integrate.
Super. Right. Lakshman, you can continue.
Yeah, so in Azure DevOps, we will install the Sonar Cube from the marketplace, first of all.
Super. Okay.
And yeah, then we will integrate the Sonar Cube through the Azure DevOps through the service connection. And in the service connection, add to the authentication of the Sonar Cube. Okay. And then we will build the write the configure the Sonar Cube script, in the YAML pipeline.
Your pipeline is failing due to missing configuration. How would you troubleshoot? Your pipeline was failing due to misconfiguration. So how would you implement blueprint
I'll try,
deployment in
sir.
Azure DevOps?
In Azure Drops, we will deploy the blueprint deployment. So there we will create to the two environment, stage and production environment. And the production environment is the green, and stage environment is a green, and production environment is a blue. So
A new release causes production issues. How would you roll back? You have deployed a newer version, but it is there is an issue with that. I want to roll back it. How would you do that?
we will pull the previous version image, and then we will deploy of the application through the previous version of
Okay,
images.
super, you are right. But what is a command? So yeah, we almost completed 10 questions. If you are interested, we can continue further. If not, we can stop it. It's up to you.
Yeah, yes, definitely we can.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Chetan, do you know how
Yes, sir.
to roll back via Kubernetes?
Yes, sir. We will have a newer version that is being rolled out in the YAML file. So once that is throwing some kind of bug issues, then we had to roll back to the previous version. For example, if we were using V2, then we will have to roll back to the V1. So we use the command in the kubectl rollout, and the version, the YAML file name that we were trying to roll out for the previous version. So that gets us to the previous version.
Super.
So
So
that is also called it as rolling updates. So in deployment, we have two strategies. One is re-release, and another one is rolling update. So we usually don't use the
recreate,
re-release, which will
recreate.
destroy all the pods. Yeah, recreate. Which will destroy all the pods and recreate them. So we'll have the downtime in it. So in order to avoid the downtime, so we will be using the rolling update deployment
Okay.
strategy.
So yeah, Lakshman,
Yes.
like whatever the questions I have just collected, right? Is it
Okay.
like matching, or did you face any questions, the same questions in the interviews in the past?
Yeah, I have faced same questions in
Super.
interviews.
Okay, then it is helpful, right? I just collected
Yeah,
some questions. Okay, but exactly, right? I'm not attending interviews, right? Particularly on Azure DevOps. So yeah, if I'm missing something, please don't right highlight it.
yeah, sure. But we are facing. I am facing the same questions in the interview.
Okay, anyway, you will get all answers. please go through it. Whenever they ask again the same questions, okay, you should not panic. You need to prepare it and you need to answer it.
Yes, sure.
Okay, in future I will conduct more right in-depth questions on Azure DevOps. You need to be ready for that.
Yes, sure, bro.
Okay, how would you set up Azure DevOps artifacts for package management? Azure
Actually,
artifacts, you know, right?
yes, I know.
Yeah.
Actually, after build the code, we will push the uh, build images in the artifactory. So in the YAML pipeline, we will add to the artifactory script. So there we will create to the so build images store in the artifactory package.
So how would you configure multi-report triggers in Azure DevOps?
No, sorry.
So how would you deploy an app to AKS?
Yeah, we can deploy the application. So first of all, we will create to the clusters after build the code and for deploy the application. So in the clusters, we will configure to the node, one of the master node and another is a worker node. So then we will write to the manifest file, a manifest YAML file, and about there we will deploy the applications on
Super.
pod.
Yes. So how would you integrate Privy for security scanning?
No,
What
sorry.
is the command to scan a image? Chetan? Privy?
Um,
There's
Trivi never used, sir.
okay. And no need to worry, we will cover in upcoming sessions.
Yes, sir. I'm just waiting for that. So you said that will be covered in uh, the project, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
yes, I'm waiting on that, sir.
So how do you integrate
So
Privy
as
for
far as
security
I
scanning?
know, let me just try, sir, about this Trivi scanning. So Trivi scanning, what we do is we have to download the plugin in Jenkins manage. Then we have to configure it. Then we have to build write a step and build pipeline. After the uh, image is prepared in the Docker stage. So once the Docker stage, Lakshman, there is some noise.
Sorry.
Um, yeah, well, after the image is done from the Docker end, so next to that step, we can include the Trivy scanning before
Yes.
we proceed to the
Yeah, you
testing
heard
and
about
validation.
DevSecOps, right?
Yes, yeah, mainly in DevSecOps, we use the Trivy app
Yes.
for the security purpose.
Yeah.
It is more secure way of scanning the file.
How do you enforce branch policies? Nothing about branching strategy in Azure repos. Lakshman?
Git flow branching strategy we have used in Azure repos.
Super. What is a Git flow? Do you know?
So in a Git flow branching strategy, one of the main branch, and so there is a multiple environment, dev, stage, pre-prod, and production, and then we will create to the one of the main branch, and then we will create to the develop branch through the main branch, and one of the create but bug fix branch through the develop branch, and last one is a disaster recovery branch. So this is a branching strategy, and the developer write the code and pull the images. Pull the code in the first of all in the features branch. Then we will merge in. Then we will merge into the main branch.
You directly merge to the main branch?
No. After features branch, then we will test in the bug branch, and then we will merge in the main branch.
So what about double branch? So how do you configure approvals? in pipelines?
Yeah, quality. I know, but I'm not remembering right now. Actually,
How do you use
there
Azure
is
Key
called.
Vault secrets? Do you know Azure
Yeah,
Key
that
Vault?
is used for secure the credential and API keys. API
Okay.
key also. Yeah, that is used for.
So do you know how to monitor pipeline failures?
We can monitor pipeline failures through the Azure Insight and Azure Monitor also.
Okay. Final question for today. How do you take a backup of Azure DevOps? Chetan, do you know
No,
how
I.
to take a backup of Jenkins?
Backup of 10 Jenkins, yeah, sir. We can use S3 bucket for backup, or
No, no, I want
we
to
can use
backup of
Archive.
Jenkins. Okay. I know the destination, but how you will take a backup?
We need to configure it using the configurations. So we have to key in the bucket name, key, access
No, no,
ID,
you attended
everything.
Jenkins classes, right?
Jenkins, yeah, sir. You said you didn't describe about the build steps and all. You said that
No,
will
no,
be
backup of Jenkins is nothing but home directory of Jenkins.
home directory. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Home directory is uh,
Varlib Jenkins.
Marlib Jenkins. Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we check
That
your
that is a
answers?
home directory. Yes, sir.
Okay, your team wants to automate the build, test, and deployment process using Azure DevOps. How would you design a CI/CD pipeline for a .NET or Node.js application? So use Azure repos or GitHub to write as a source code repository. Create a CI pipeline in Azure Pipelines using YAML. So use trigger to specify branch trigger. Add build tasks like example .NET or build or npm install. Run unit test, npm test. Store build artifacts in the Azure artifacts. So set up the CD pipeline to deploy artifacts to dev, QA, and prod using Azure App Services or Kubernetes. So use approval gates before production deployment.
So, sir, I have doubt here. For Azure, don't they use this Jenkins? Will they not be using it?
If they are using Azure DevOps, right, there is no point of using Jenkins, right?
Oh,
But
okay.
Pawan, we can use the Jenkins in Azure, no?
Chetan question was,
Hello?
so if they are using Azure DevOps, will they simultaneously use Jenkins or not?
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. If they are already subscribed for Azure DevOps, of course, then they will use Azure DevOps itself because major, if they are major total Azure cloud they are maintaining,
Okay.
okay, at that time they will use Azure DevOps itself.
Hmm.
So this
All
is like AWS pipeline, right?
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
So you need to create a multi-stage pipeline in Azure DevOps to deploy an application across dev, QA, and production environment. How would you ensure approvals before deploying to production? Use Azure DevOps multi-stage AML pipelines. So define stages, add environment for each stage, configure pre-deployment approvals in the environment sections. So this is the example AML file. Stages, stage dev, jobs, job, steps, and the script. Okay, and just given some steps here, you can replace for exact steps. In stage prod depends on dev. So once the dev is completed, then only prod will be executed. Jobs, environment, approval, true, steps. So next question, your build time are increasing due to long queue times on Microsoft hosted agent. So what are the benefits of self-hosted agents? How would you set them up? So benefits of self-hosted agents, faster builds since they are always available. Custom dependencies can be pre-installed, no limitation on build time. So go to Azure DevOps, organization setting, agent pools. Click new agent and follow the instructions to install it on a VM. So run the agent using .config.sh or .config.cmd. Okay, then after whenever you execute the script, right, automatically it will be added as a agent for your Azure DevOps. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, your organization. I have done this configuration. Okay, not now. Previously, I've done. That's the reason I just have little bit knowledge. Not an expert. Okay, I'm also learning.
Okay.
So your organization wants to move from classic pipeline to AML based pipeline. So I've worked on AML as well. I've created a classic pipelines as well in my previous project. So advantages of AML pipeline, you can maintain in the source code repository, right? Pipeline as a code, version controlled, right? Easier to maintain and reuse templates, supports multi-stage pipelines. So go to classic pipeline, click view AML, convert build task to AML format, save AML file in the repository as su pipelines.yml, create a new pipeline and reference this AML file. Okay, go to your classic pipeline, click view AML. Okay. So secure, you need to store API keys and credentials securely in Azure DevOps. So there is a variable groups which you have mentioned. We can able to use that. How would you integrate Terraform with Azure DevOps? So install Terraform extension in Azure DevOps. Use a service connection to authenticate with Azure. Define Terraform tasks. Okay, command apply. So environment service name. SonarCube integration also same. Configure SonarCube service connection. So your pipeline is failing due to missing configuration. How would you troubleshoot? Check the logs in Azure DevOps pipeline. Run. Verify environmental variable and secrets. Run failing steps manually in a self-hosted agent. Rerun the pipeline with a system debug equal to true enabled. So how would you implement a blue-green deployment in Azure DevOps? Deploy a new green environment while blue is live. Azure Traffic Manager to switch the traffic. So validate green and shift traffic using scripts. So that is the blue-green deployment. Blue-green deployment nothing but you will create two environment. One as a blue, another as a green, not dev prod.
Okay. Okay.
A new release causes production issues. So how would you roll back? So use Azure DevOps release history to redeploy a previous version. Store old builds in Azure artifacts. Automate rollback using deployments group. So in the Kubernetes it will be different, but coming to Azure DevOps point of view, this is the steps. How would you set up Azure DevOps artifacts for package management? Navigate to Azure artifacts, create a feed, publish npm packages using this CLI. So how would you configure multi-repo trigger? Use resources.repositories in YAML to reference multiple repos. So if you see resources, repositories, repository name, type. So Kubernetes deployment using Azure DevOps, install kubectl in the pipeline, authenticate using Azure Service Principal. Using a kubectl apply, you can able to deploy. So what is a trivy? Trivy image name. Then it will scan the image. So first you will install the trivy extension in the pipeline. You will run script like this. So branching strategy. So go to repos, branches, policies, enable approvals, work item linking, and status checks in Azure repos mainly. How do you configure approvals? In the release pipeline, add pre-deployment approval. So how would you use Azure Key Vault secrets? So you can use Azure Key Vault at the rate 2 task in AML. How do you use GitOps with Argo CD? So push manifest to Git repo watched by Argo CD, of course. So how do you monitor pipeline failures? Use Azure Monitor and Application Insights. So whichever you mentioned, you are right. So use Azure DevOps export APIs. So store YAML and repo backups in Git. Okay, that's it for today's mock interview. I will stop the recording.